Hey YouTube, welcome to the Subprime to Prime YouTube channel. Here, our focus is to get you from subprime to prime, and that all starts with knowing where you want to go on your financial journey. Now, this is for information and educational purposes only and is not intended to be legal or financial advice. Alright, let's get into it. In this video, we're going to talk about credit unions and why you need to have one, and how to research which one is best for you in your particular situation. Now, finding the best credit union for your situation is involves several steps. And credit unions are known, for their member-focused services, and they often offer better rates than traditional banks. And what they do offer can vary wildly amongst different credit unions around the country. And here's kind of a research-based approach to finding which one is right for you. And so first, you have to start off by identifying whether or not you're even eligible to participate in a particular credit union. So that kind of starts with, knowing the specific membership requirements. Every single credit union has one, and you can actually go to their website and really take the time to figure out if whether or not that credit union that you're interested in is actually able to accept you as a member. So first, we're going to start with the requirements for location. Some are not geo-restrictive and some are. And in one case, like the biggest credit union in the country, Navy Federal Credit Union, now, though it's not geo-restrictive, it is restricted to military, veterans, their family members. Now, there are other ways you can get into it, which, you can be the roommate of a current Navy Federal member, or have, the same dwelling address, or you can be married to a current member, be the parent, child, sibling of a current member, or things of that nature. But they are affiliated with the military, and so that's primarily the way that folks get into it. But just speaking as an example, because they are the largest credit unions, but there are many aside from Navy Federal that will work absolutely fabulously for you. So understanding that you're looking at whether some are employer affiliated, some are affiliated with certain groups, and you can get into most credit unions, a high percentage of credit unions, if you are a member of the American Consumer Council. I've talked about this before, however, sometimes it's worth mentioning again. But the American Consumer Council is an affiliation that many credit unions use as a entryway to become a member. So that's just something to keep in mind. A member, ACC, American Consumer Council. Now, once you figure out your eligibility and you can meet that requirement, you're going to determine what you need them for. Now, understanding what you want from a credit union and what to kind of look for. Now, things like high yield savings, as we spoke about, while you're on your financial journey, you're going to want to put some money aside and save it. And you might as well find a credit union that offers at least a decent yield for leaving that money in there. And keep in mind, now savings, your vested interest isn't just putting all of your money that you want to save in a savings account. There is a time and a place for investments, which down the line we will talk about. And if you join my VIP platform on school, Subprime to Prime, we go in depth into things like that. So, that's one thing to think about. But if you're going to save and you're going to have an emergency fund that's going to be used and readily liquid for you to be able to use in case you have an emergency, a high yield savings account is the way to go. they offer lower rate loans than the commercial banks and credit cards. Usually, typically, if your credit is in decent shape, you can often get really high limits with them. So that's also something to keep in mind while you're, deciding what your needs are for that particular credit union. And then always compare rates and fees. That's one thing that is going to be really pivotal as your credit gets better, and you're on top of all your payments because they're on auto pay. Of course, we always want to have all of our bills that like credit card payments and things like that on auto pay, so that you don't miss any payments on that. And these are all those kind of considerations when you're looking for the best one. How many ATMs they have available, and do they offer a certain amount of free ATM pulls without you're incurring any fees if there isn't a branch near you. And then you want to kind of review the accessibility and the convenience of the actual branch, and whether or not they have partner branches that you can also do physical banking in. Now, a lot of credit unions do online banking for a great, bit of transactions, but some credit unions, they have really clunky, apps, and it's not always the best solution, but it is more convenient by far than actually having to go and inside of a branch and do your business with them, because just a few clicks, you can get things done on your computer at home or on your cell phone. That's it offers that much convenience. And then you want to evaluate the customer service. When you call, how are you treated? Are you valued as a customer? These are things that are important to me. I love that about certain credit unions. And the big banks don't typically have the best customer service in the world, but you can kind of count on that when you're dealing with credit unions. They're smaller, they're more community based, and they just have a lot better customer service than your typical large bank. So that's one thing to really keep in mind when you're shopping around. And then you want to check the financial health of that particular credit union. You want to see how much money they have under management, and if they're check for insolvency and things like that. With some of the banks having a hard time, of course that ripple effect can and probably will affect credit unions as well. So the stronger their financials, the better off you're going to be with that credit union. And of course they're always FDIC insured, and they absolutely it's not FDIC, it's NCUA, and that is the equivalent of FDIC. And so it just shows that financially the government will back them should something happen and they go insolvent. Your funds are insured up to the same $250,000, just like the regular banks are. And then there's online researches or resources you can use to kind of really line up what you're looking for in a credit union. Log into their site and check out their credit cards, check out their banking. Is it free banking, or do they charge a monthly surcharge? All those things are super important when you're choosing the right credit union for you. And then basically, go inside and visit a branch or two to really test it out and see what the customer service feels like, and talk to a banking specialist about the benefits of opening an account with them. And then just stay informed about changes, because it's banking. Things change quite often, and it's just one of those things that if it's an item that's important to you, you kind of want to stay up on it. And for more tips on anything finance, join my VIP group on the school platform, Subprime to Prime. And please like and subscribe. And again, we'll see you the next time. Thanks.